What is up, everybody? It is Sam here with BFPGear.com, and we finally got one in. It is the brand new DLX Luxe Air, and we're going to be unboxing this thing. Priced at $1,599, the Lux Air is 18 years that have accumulated some innovation over, well, a lot of time to create a brand new Lux platform. Now, moving on from the Idol to the Lux Air, I think they only kept like 2 or 3 things around, and that would be the speaker and then like a part of the feed neck, and then still uses kind of like that backstrap system, but it's been completely redesigned from the ground up. And this was also co-developed with the mad scientists at Method Developments, which is what they included with this is basically the core. And I believe the design of the gun, but if I'm wrong there, just correct me in the comments below. But without further ado, we're gonna roll the intro and then unbox this bad boy and take a look at the new Lux Air. Lux Air, been looking forward to this one. I mean, if it's 18 years of innovation, it's what people are saying what it is. If this is anything remotely close to a Lux Ice, I'm gonna be super excited. But without further ado, let's open this thing up. So it looks like you get a new case as well. I did like the old design of the case, like how it was modular and stuff, but now the handle's attached. So we don't need to worry about like unattaching or reattaching. Let's open it up. And so let's just look at the parts and stuff here real quick. So we got a little quick start guide here, which is pretty nice. Tells you like battery removal, back strap, trigger. Okay, the button sits above the trigger. We've also got a spare parts kit here, and there's like springs and all kinds of stuff. Looks like you got some different bolt tips and whatnot. Definitely a fan of that. And then you got your tools here, and it looks like it's attached to like a carabiner. Oh yeah, you got all your tools right here. And it's also a bottle opener. So, you know, you gotta have that bottle opener. But yeah, you've got all your tools that you need here is what it looks like. And that's actually pretty sweet. Actually, big fan of that. Mostly the bottle opener now, though. So let's go ahead and put these little things back in here. And then you are getting, finally, yeah, I feel like we cyber bullied DLX into it, but we now finally have an auto cocker threaded barrel, and it's using PWR inserts, and you are getting 3 inserts, which is really sweet. So right in here is the 688, and then we have the 84 and an 80, and that's going to be with those new Freak Power inserts, which are very nice. But without further ado, we're going to move over to the Barker and fully assemble this thing. And you've got that right here on this side. We have the Lux Air. Got a Type C to C charging cable, so you can charge it whenever you need to. Solenoid oil, so it looks like the solenoid here is going to be taking oil instead of grease or something like that. So if you need to service your solenoid, use that oil, and then of course you get your Lux grease in there. But we're just going to grab the marker out of here. Let's move all this other stuff and let's just assemble it. Oh, this looks really nice. This feels really nice. It's even got like that, you know, new paintball gun smell, which is honestly not the most aromatic. It's not like a new car, but I mean, everything about this marker, just looking at it, this thing to me looks like a Lux 2.0 and like an Empire Vanquish had a kid. And I'm a big fan of kind of like this like flat back here, because I know some players like to play and put their thumb like right here as they're shooting. And oh my God, that trigger feels really nice too. And it's got kind of like that almost plant eclipse style. Looks like you can rake out and you can switch out trigger heads and shoes and stuff like that. But auto cocker threaded, PWR, marker looks absolutely fantastic. That trigger feels really nice. I probably wouldn't even adjust this trigger. It's like my favorite shape, the feel, all of that is pretty damn impressive. So yeah, PWR compatible barrel. No longer Lux threaded, auto cocker threaded, so that's a huge improvement. Got the feed neck here, and it doesn't have like that little notch, so it doesn't notch into place. It just sits there a little bit more loose now. You do have your foregrip here, and your regulator's not in the foregrip. So when we flip the marker over, it's actually here in the ASA. So this is your velocity adjustment. It's no longer here in the foregrip. Removing this foregrip, we actually tried to do it before we recorded the video. This thing is on there. Like, it is on there super tight, and it just, if you can remove it, it is just gonna give you access to your battery chamber. You should have the ability to remove this little metal plate foregrip here. And then there's a little latch that locks in your detents and your eye covers. So if you can pop this thing off, we tried, it was very difficult. So it'll probably take a little bit of strength and elbow grease from you to do so. But when you do, you'll have access to all those components. And then the trigger, this thing just feels nice. Like I said, I absolutely love it. And then powering the marker on is very simple. It's actually gonna be right here above the trigger, and all you do is you just tap the button and you see it lights up.
Powering on.
Got the speaker going. It's gonna go through its boot
Welcome
sequence here.
to the Lux family. Battery level 100%. Firing mode NXL.
So really nice. It's still gonna give you that haptic feel. Oh wait, well the bolt's forward, but let's go ahead and pop the core out. I'm gonna push the bolt back here, put that in. Still gonna get those beeps when the eyes are not detecting a ball or anything like that. And that LED indicator also flashes right under there, as you can see, which is really nice. And if you turn the eyes off, it's the same as like any other Lux. You just double tap and you see it turns yellow, it's ready to go. And now the solenoid's clicking. And then just powering the marker off, just hold the button down.
Powering off.
And you'll hear it. But you can always go into programming and change any of those settings if you want. And to do so, it's very simple. Just like with all the other Luxes, you just hold the trigger down, push the button, hold it down until it powers up. And then another thing, let me just power it on here. Let me take the barrel off here. And you actually have this sweet little OLED
100%
screen here. And it just reads out everything that you need. So it's got the eye thing, it's got the Lux thing, it says NXL mode. Oh, 10.4 just got messed up. But it's also, it's like fixing itself. It's kind of weird. I wonder if that's just like a little software issue. But it's got the battery level. It's just ready to go. When I turn the eyes off, you'll see that the eye thing goes off. And then I just pull the trigger and it just tells you like what's going on, like you're ready to fire and stuff like that. So all of the essential information that you need, very similar to like this CS Pro mode, which I think is really cool. But let's go ahead and get to, we'll get to the core here in a sec, but the back strap. I know on the idle, the back strap was an absolute pain in the butt to take off. This thing, you have little notches down here at the bottom of the grip. It just pops right off. No snapping in, no snapping out, nothing of that stuff. Got your serial number right there, charging port, everything that you need access to, and then it just basically hooks right back in place and snaps in. No more pain, no more cut fingers. Thank you so much, DLX. Really appreciate that. But the core, back cap, you just push the back, it just comes right out. And this is the core that was basically designed by Method Development. And this is the primer core. And it basically actuates from like the very back here. And let's go ahead and just take the whole thing apart. But you got this one big like purple can here. And for some reason I thought it was gonna be like a black can, but it's not. And then you have your bolt that you can just push out from the front. And it looks very similar to like a DSR, like a Geo kind of like system. You've got this little bolt guide here that just kind of presses in a little bit. And then you have this piece here that is actually coated with the ice coating. You can actually use an adjustable wrench if you want, because it's got these little notches on the side here, kind of like the Eclipse cores. And you can totally just use this and pop it off if you need to, but this one's already a little loose, so you can just unthread. And it just pops right out. We've got like this whole like spring assisted thing going on here, which is really nice. And this is not the primer, but we're just gonna pop all this stuff back in and just keep it aligned. But your primer actually sits right in the very back here. And this little piece here, this little clear piece, like you can push it in and out. And if you need to pop it out to pull the primer out, you just lift the back cap and you'll see that it kind of pops out a little bit. But the primer sits back there. So if you need to get access to that, you know, you just basically like kind of yank from the little piece here, and it should just pop right out. Might need to use like tweezers or something to pop it out, but this core is incredible. And supposedly it's going to shoot pretty dang smooth, but I'm going to go ahead and put everything back here. That spring should just kind of go over that piece. And then this will just thread together. But it's a very, very simple design, very, very simple core. You're going to use grease on your core, oil on your solenoid. So please do not use oil on the core itself. And this should just pop right back in. There we go. Very, very smooth too, even though this doesn't have like a lot of ice coating on it, but the ice coating sits on this piece. So we're going to thread it back together. We're going to go grab some paint, and we're using the 688 bore. We're going to go outside and shoot this thing and get a feel for the brand new Lux Air. Well, we took a look at the new Lux Air. We just unboxed it. We have not done anything to adjust any kind of setting or parameter. It's just going to be straight up out of the box. Let's see what happens here. Airs up really nice, actually. I'm a big fan of that. So we'll see how this thing feels.
Powering on.
Oh, it's so nice. I love that display, honestly. All right.
Battery level.
Let's see what we got here.
100%.
I'm gonna let it go through the boot process, actually.
NXL.
Something cathartic about it. Oh my God. I'm sorry, hold on. I kind of wish we were out at the field so we could get the actual sound signature of the marker, but we are surrounded by all of our walls here in the side yard. This thing has probably like zero kick to it. Yeah, I think the only thing I could really compare this to is probably, oh man, maybe like a DSR Plus or a GOR5, but this has got to be one of the smoothest shooting guns I think I've ever shot out of the box. And I feel like I'm going to say that about a lot of high-end and tournament grade paintball markers that come out. But this kind of throws me back to like the days of the Lux Ice, where it was just that buttery smooth and pretty dang quiet shot. This thing, again, just no kick at all, no kind of like barrel rise. It just shoots and it feels really good in the hands. And the grouping over there is super small on an overbore. Like, I know I'm standing maybe only like 20, 25 feet from it, but this feels amazing. And I mean, if you're a DLX Luxe, user, lover of these markers, this is going to be the next best step for you. And I could see this being probably a contender for one of the best markers made in the past, I'd say 10 years. Nothing else to really say. And honestly, the price point is pretty dang amazing on it. $1,599. This thing shoots pretty damn good. I'm about to take this one, put it in my car, and go home. And I suggest you guys and gals out there do the same. And if you are going to pick up one of the Lux Airs, you know exactly where to go, and that is BFPGear.com.